All right, welcome back. Last but not least, we'll go through the customer service portal. So if one of your customers or potential customers reaches out to you and has a question about the referral program, here's where you'll go. Let's hop on in. So to get to the customer service portal, you'll click up here in the top right. It pulls up the customer service portal, or CSP. If you remember back to when we were creating the user accounts, a CSP only account only has access to the customer service portal. So this is actually what they'll see right when they log in. And in the customer service portal, it's pretty simple, but there are 4 different tabs: person lookup, referrals, blacklisting, and create referral. Person lookup is probably where you'll start. If someone reaches out to you and you want to investigate, this is where you'll do that. So you'll ask for their email address, whether it's the advocate or the friend, it doesn't matter. We'd be able to look them up either way. And simply typing that in, Talkable will pull up everything that we have about them, kind of a little mini profile here. Email origin, they provided it on the site, a sign-up page on one of the accounts. Do they have any referrals? Do they have any rewards? Have they made any purchases? Seen any campaigns? Have they shared it all? Any emails? So let's say that person reached out. They just, essentially wanted you to resend the email. Very simple. Here's the most recent email. Hit resend. Or maybe you were trying to look into the referral. Maybe it was blocked for some reason. You'd be able to click in here and see why. Clicking into a referral like this will show you basic information, advocate, friend, a timeline as well, what happened, some fraud filters, whether or not they were passed. This is passed. This is actually a manually generated referral, so it's not super exciting, but you can see like who was given the reward or who wasn't and for what reasons. I've already pulled up an example here of another one that actually was blocked. So this is what it would look like if it's blocked. You kind of see this timeline here on the right-hand side. It would say blocked as fraud and why. It would list, for example, in this case, matching shipping address, and the friend and advocate have referred each other for those 2 reasons. So they were tricky enough to use different email addresses, different computers, so they have different cookies, different IPs, but they had a matching shipping address. And so the advocate in this case is not going to be getting their reward. Even though they were tricky enough, the friend got theirs, right? But let's say, for example, you wanted to actually give this advocate the reward anyway. It's pretty simple. You just click unblock referral, and it will send that same email with the coupon code in it to the advocate instantly. One other way of doing that, if, for example, there's a squeaky wheel that needs some grease, or potentially maybe a purchase wasn't tracked. Whatever the reason may be, there will be some times, I'm sure, where you've decided, you know what, I want to go ahead and just send this person the code anyway. Rather than doing that manually, creating it in your e-com platform and giving it to them, you can do that right through Talkable. We already have the coupon codes here. So what you'll want to do is just type in the advocate's email. So this is going to be the person you're sending that coupon code to. The friend's email, order number, order subtotal, these things can be changed. And maybe you do want to, if it's a case where like the purchase wasn't tracked, for example. or you want to tie it to the friend, I always recommend just leave it auto-generated. It doesn't affect anything. You can leave this auto-generated alphanumeric for both the email and the order number, and it's easier to see in the reports that way. Hey, this was manually generated. Anywho, you do that, or in some cases, you may opt to do something like this instead, where you actually tie the advocate to the order number of the friend. So you actually found the order of this friend, go ahead and put that order number in there, and it would tie this to that order. It'll run all the fraud checks, all the rules against that particular order, make sure it's got the right subtotal, it's not a repeat customer, and so on. Again, I just recommend doing it like this. It's easier. So put the advocate's email in. It'll force approve it. So really the last step here is just choosing a campaign with the particular reward that you want and then creating the referral. So in this case, let's take a look. You can see that some of these have more than one reward or different types of rewards. So let's go ahead. Let's send this one. Why not? So this is the floating widget campaign we looked at earlier. 20%. Yep, that's what we want. It's as simple as hitting create referral. Boom. Just created a new one here. So now we'll see 3 under my account. And you can see I've received the email. It actually was sent out, this 20% off code, to me. And if we click here again, see now I have 3 referrals, 3 rewards. Received 3 emails. Last thing that we haven't touched on here is blacklisting. So potentially you're going to find some people who are abusing the program. They could be, for example, posting their link and you don't like that. It doesn't seem like true referrals, or potentially this person keeps trying to skirt the rules. Whatever the reason may be, if you've decided I don't want this person to be eligible for any rewards, and you want their links to just point back to your site and not allow any friends clicking on their links to claim the new customer offer, then you can blacklist them. You can do that by clicking right here, blacklist by email, or you can do it from here. You can just add emails like, you can even add asterisk at 123.com or something if you wanted to do a wildcard like that. You can upload CSV if you already have a list of naughty people that you want to block. You can do that here and just hit save changes. You can also blacklist by IP if you've got someone who's tricky or maybe like trying to use a bot or something. Maybe using different emails, but you'd be able to block them by IP address in this case. One other thing that just popped into my head and is important, so let's take a look at that. GDPR and CCPA, right? Sometimes people have this right to be forgotten, so sometimes people may be reaching out to you and ask for you to delete their personally identifiable information. If that happens, it's pretty easy. Just get their email, or maybe they've wrote into you, type in their email here, and then you hit anonymize. What that's going to do is essentially replace any of their personally identifiable information, their email, their addresses, their IP addresses, all these things, with random alphanumerics. So it's going to look something kind of like what this friend email looks like here. Everything that associated that person with any referrals or any events, any actions at all, are going to be replaced by that random alphanumeric. However, the actions themselves aren't deleted, so it's not going to mess with any of your data in the reports. Anywho, that's the customer service portal, which all in all wraps up our platform training. So if you have any questions about any of these that we've gone through, the dashboard, the metrics, the campaigns, the user journey, any of the reports where you're trying to pull data or specific cases that maybe you go into the customer service portal and can't figure out on your own, you need a little extra help with the sleuthing, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. So you can reach out at support@talkable.com, or if you're a platform customer, platform@talkable.com. We're always here to help you. But that's it. So thank you for your time. I hope you have a good rest of the day, rest of the week, whatever time or day it is for you there. And we'll talk to you soon.